Powerful solar flare causes radio blackout over western United States. A powerful X-class solar flare hit Earth yesterday, causing radio blackouts over the U.S. West Coast and much of the Pacific Ocean. The solar flare was spat out by a sunspot named AR 3590, which has a volatile beta-gamma-delta magnetic field that makes it primed for X-class solar flares. The flare that hit Earth on Wednesday was recorded as being X1.9 class, making it one of the more powerful solar flares. X1.9 flare now. Region 3590 fires a big flare at an R3 level radio blackout over the western Pacific, especially western USA and Canada, New Zealand, eastern Australia and Indonesia, colored regions in map. Although short-lived, expect more activity from this region. The same sunspot flung out an X1.7 class flare only a few hours later, Scove said in another post. The Earth Alliance 3X flares in one day. Great one. The light keeps blasting in. 3 super duper X flares in one day. Some say it's nothing unusual, but something says it is. The Pleiadians and a host of other credible sources all point to the grand solar flash occurring in March 2024. Keep in mind that humanity's ascension was originally supposed to happen in 2012, but when the ascension window opened, the ascension stargates of Earth were still not operable since the times of the fall of Atlantis. Furthermore, in 2012, human DNA was determined to resonate still too low for the ascension to 5D, so the guardian races put emergency ascension protocols in place that will now allow the ascension to occur. Even so, the host races say a boost of cosmic energy, aka low-powered gamma light, is needed to make this all work. Intel says the grand solar flash is the cosmic boost that will upgrade all human DNA in the blink of an eye, allowing the shift to the 5th dimension. The last flare today, at 6.4, is the largest flare of the solar cycle, and some of the exotic particles from this eruption are headed for Earth now. Let's keep our eyes on the sky and see what transpires. Let us know what ascension symptoms you may be experiencing. Godspeed. Michael and the Pleiadians. Happy 222 portal. Expect some major DNA activations. Last night kicked off a powerful X flare. This could be the first of many flares from sunspot AR 3590. This sunspot has an unstable beta-gamma-delta magnetic field that harbors energy from multiple X-class explosions. Expect things to amp up. The energies are getting higher and things always get more active as we are heading towards the spring equinox. This gateway is all about harmony and balance. We also have a powerful Venus and Mars conjunction tonight. They will meet up for a kiss in the sky above us tonight. This brings major healings and activations for any twin flames. 222 is a sign of the connection manifesting into the 3D. For those in separation, expect contact and for things to open up again. For those in union, these energies are all about fulfilling your shared purpose and destiny. We are already feeling Saturday's Virgo full moon. This full moon is all about health and wellness and is looked over by Archangel Raphael. It's important that you are prioritizing your physical and emotional well-being. This week's energies are all about cleansing, purifying, and getting back into balance. Expect the energies to be amping up your desire for love. Mars and Venus together are a powerful force for bringing lovers together. There's a lot of love and magic in the air. You're always connected to your twin flame through your heart chakra. Expect to feel these connections even stronger during this conjunction. Sparks of divine. Third X-class solar flare in 24 hours is the most powerful for 6 years, and it may not be the last. A hyperactive sunspot recently unleashed its third X-class flare in under 24 hours. The X6 flare is the most powerful since 2017 and could be followed by equally massive explosions. They say all good things come in threes, but what about supercharged solar flares? A massive hyperactive sunspot has just unleashed its third X-class solar flare, the most powerful type of solar explosion, in less than 24 hours. The latest flare, which is the largest of the current solar cycle, is the sun's most intense outburst since 2017. And an even more powerful explosion could be on the way. This flurry of sun-shaking eruptions is a stark reminder that we are on the verge of entering the explosive peak of the solar cycle, the solar maximum, and are likely to see even more intense and potentially destructive solar storms over the next few years. On February 21, sunspot AR 3590 a massive dark patch several times wider than Earth spat out two X-class flares in the space of 7 hours. These explosions had magnitudes of X1.8 and X1.7 respectively. But on February 22, the same sunspot unleashed an X6.3 flare around 23 hours after the first, according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. This was around 5 times more powerful than the previous 2 flares, according to NASA. Not only is this the most powerful explosion of the current solar cycle, which began in 2019, but it is also the most powerful since September 10, 2017, when an X11.8 magnitude flare rocked the sun. Christ was born as Jesus. Jesus was the human pole at which the Christ power manifested itself, and the Christ power never dies. Once that power takes possession of us or takes us under his care, he does not leave us. Christ said, "I am with you always, even unto the end of the world." What was Christ? God power appears from time to time at the human pole to guide the child humanity and give it the way back to God. The question is, who can give us the way back to God? No son of man can do it. God alone can lead us to God or give us a contact with him. He has no equal, no brother, no father, no mother, and that God resides in every heart. What was Christ? God power appears from time to time at the human pole to guide the child humanity and give it the way back to God. The question is, who can give us the way back to God? No son of man can do it. God alone can lead us to God or give us a contact with him. He has no equal, no brother, no father, no mother, and that God resides in every heart. Thus, have you ever considered who is the one who points the way back to God and who at times refers to himself as, "I and my Father are one. I am the light. I am the way." All masters tell us that the incarnated masters are all children of light. They are all sons of God, and whoever follows them meets God, for he is given contact with God. Masters have been coming from time to time, and to all intents and purposes, outwardly, they appear to be men. They were born the same way and their bodies are constructed the same way. What then is the difference between such a personality and the average man? It is in his being a conscious co-worker of the divine plan, for he sees it as the Father working through him. Christ's power existed ever since the world began and has manifested itself from time to time at the human pole of the various masters. These human poles are competent to raise our souls from the bondage of mind and the outgoing faculties and to grant us contact with it. Thus, we have regard for all human poles which give that Christ's power its birth from time to time. Christ said, "Because I live, you shall live also." Christ was able to give everlasting life. He referred to himself in our recorded scriptures as, "I am the bread of life. This is the bread which cometh down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever." God is light. God is life. God is love. Blessed is the human pole at which Christ appears. He behaved like a man. He behaved also like God. He behaved like an average man, and his greatness lies in this fact. In his grace, he behaved both ways as a man and as God. Street John describes Jesus as the Word made flesh and dwelt amongst us. Jesus said, "Except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God." The kingdom of God cometh not with observation. The kingdom of God is within you. By observation is meant ways which are related to the outgoing faculties. God is spirit, and we must pray to God in spirit alone. God does not reside in temples made by man, but in the God-made temple of the man body. Within that man-body temple, Jesus said, "Because I live, ye shall live also." He did not refer to the outer Son of Man, the perceptible body, but to the inner, which gave light and was the way back to God through love. God made man after his own image. God is all consciousness and light, and we are also children of light. Understand through the Master's word their teachings of how to learn to die, how to be reborn, how to open the inner eye and see the light of God. Christ was the light and the way.